Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're looking at some fascinating tech that basically turns a boring old calendar invite into a live two-way conversation. Let's dig into how a one-time message can become an ongoing dialogue.
All right, let's just jump right in. Imagine this, okay? You're an event marketer. You've just hit send on your big campaign. 1,000 invites are flying out to your best customers. And hey, the RSVPs, they're already starting to roll in. Everything's looking great. But there's always a but, right? Here's the classic problem. That one single, most exciting detail, the surprise guest, that killer offer, maybe even a secret location. Well, it wasn't ready when you first sent everything out. You have to drop that information later at the perfect time. So this is the real challenge, isn't it? I mean, sure, you could fire off another email, but that's just going to get buried in a crowded inbox. Or you could, post it on social media and just cross your fingers? No way. The real question is, how do you guarantee you can talk directly to the people who are already on board? The ones who've already said, yes, I'm coming.
Well, to solve this, you really have to think differently. A traditional invite, it's like a dead-end street, right? You send it out, and that's it. Conversation over. But what we're talking about here is a dynamic invite, and that's a whole different beast. It's a live, trackable channel that keeps the conversation going long after they first clicked yes.
Okay, so let's actually see how this whole thing works from the customer side, because that's where the real magic happens. We're going to follow this guy, Zach. He's an attendee who's excited to go to a big football game. Now, for Zach, the whole process is, it couldn't be easier. He gets an email. He clicks one button that says RSVP here. He sees a quick confirmation page, and boom. Just like that, the event is right there on his personal calendar. Think about that. No filling out forms, zero friction. It is totally seamless. And check this out, because this is a really clever detail. The calendar entry he just accepted, it's not just some static placeholder. It's actually a promise. The description literally tells him, hey, we're going to send you updates right here on the day of the game. So that expectation, it's been set right from the get-go.
All right, so that was Zach's experience. Now let's flip the script. Let's jump over to the organizer's side and see how this becomes like a secret weapon for communication. Now we're going to follow Mandy, the marketer who sent that invite in the first place.
Okay, it's game day. The moment everyone's been waiting for has arrived. Mandy finally has that key piece of information, that surprise detail she promised to share with every single person who RSVP'd.
And just look at how ridiculously simple this is for Mandy. She doesn't have to go draft a new email campaign or log into some clunky, complex marketing platform. Nope. She just opens up her own master calendar event for the game, adds the new info, and hits save. That's literally all she has to do.
And this right here, this is the magic moment. This is the absolute core of the whole thing. That one simple click, just hitting save on her own calendar, is what instantly transforms this static entry into a live, direct-to-consumer communication channel. So the second Mandy hits save, here's what happens behind the scenes. That update gets pushed through a server, and that server instantly updates the calendar entry on every single attendee's device. It's a direct digital line from her calendar straight to theirs. And boom, here's the payoff for Zach. Maybe he gets a little notification on his phone, he opens his calendar, and look at that. The event now has that brand new, super valuable info. The secret booth number is right there, exactly when he needs it, pushing him to go and take action. But wait, it's not just a one-way broadcast. This is really cool. The system is actually collecting data on the back end. Every time an attendee like Zach gets an update, the system generates what's called a calendar receipt. You can think of it as a data point that confirms, yep, this was delivered and accepted. So now you have trackable marketing right inside the calendar itself.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. Why does all of this matter? Why is this seemingly simple process such a huge game changer? It's because it totally redefines what a calendar invite can even be.
What you're creating here, ultimately, is a direct-owned communication channel straight to your most engaged audience. The people who actually want to hear from you. It lets you send perfectly timed, last-minute updates, and unlike almost any other channel out there, it pretty much guarantees delivery and gives you the data to prove it.
Yeah, let's talk about reliability for a second. Just think about your typical email open rates. They're not great, right? Or how about the totally unpredictable reach of a social media post? Now compare all that noise to a calendar event that someone has already said yes to. Delivery into that personal space, it's basically 100%. It is a guaranteed touch point every single time. And all of this really leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. We all think of our calendar as this, I don't know, this static, boring personal organizer, right? It just tells us where to be and when. But what if it could be more than that? What if every single event on your calendar was actually the beginning of a direct, dynamic conversation? That's the future this kind of technology is pointing towards.